Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of my channel. SpaceX's John said, so right now big congrats to the Starship team for getting through today's test. Congrats to SpaceX for this awesome test. This is a big step closer to its next test flight. Go Starship. SpaceX lit all 33 engines for the first firing since the April 20th integrated test flight, while simultaneously testing a new Water Deluge system on the vehicle's launch pad. The company began the process of fueling the rocket early Sunday morning, but encountered an issue when chilling the lines that run to the rocket, and a red team was sent back to the pad to perform repairs. After repairs were completed, the red team departed and SpaceX spooled up their fuel tank farm again. After a couple of hours of chilling the fuel lines, filling the liquid oxygen and liquid methane tank support booster 9 began at T-67 minutes. Liquid oxygen tank was filled with the liquid methane, only partially with what was required for the 10 test. This view of Booster 9's 33 Raptor engines is looking pretty clean after a smooth countdown. Booster 9 lit all 33 Raptors. However, for shutdown early during the 2.74-second duration test. The test was intended to last 5 seconds regardless of 29 out of 33 is in bed, and both Booster 9 and the orbital launch mount emerged from the test in one piece. Anyway, with its spin prime test completed, it was time for the main event: multiple engine static fire, which would be as much a test of the newly installed Water Deluge system as it would have been for Booster 9. SpaceX showed the test in real time with glorious sound, and that moves us another step closer to our next flight test as the engines fired water from the Deluge system sprayed upward from underneath the Starship's launch mount. The new Water Deluge system seemed to work as intended, albeit with a very short firing of the engines instead of a giant dust cloud that is usually formed after a static fire test. This test created a steam cloud that dissipated fairly quickly following the test, and honestly, the countdown with the Water Deluge starts at T-5, and the huge clouds of steam at ignition are as close as it gets in comparison with the epic space shuttle starts that we all know at least have something. But how successful was the test? Well, it's still only been about a day since it happened, so confirmed information is still a bit thin on the ground. But what we do know is that the test was targeted to last 5 seconds but only lasted 2.74 seconds. And 4 Raptor engines shut down prematurely. As for the daily system, it's deactivated and seems relatively unharmed. No grass fires were started thanks to the Water Deluge in Booster 9 detailed and depressurized. Okay, according to SpaceX, Starship Super Harry can launch with up to 3 engines inactive, so the failure of the 4th engine could well have triggered the abort for this test. SpaceX will now go over the data collected, most likely switching out the Raptor engines that did not perform as expected and conducting another static fire test. That test could come within the next couple of weeks. Here's hoping that the Raptor N engines will be addressed by that time. Experiencing a loss of 4 engines would undoubtedly be highly undesirable. But SpaceX likely collected copious amounts of data about the performance of the revamped launch site and Water Deluge system on Sunday to provide the information. SpaceX, as it prepares for the next launch of its massive deep space Starship rocket system. The company performed the first test launch of Starship in April. During that flight, Starship failed to reach space and SpaceX was forced to purposely destroy the vehicle. When it started tumbling out of control, the new Water Deluge system is designed to dampen the powerful effects caused by igniting the rocket's engines during launch. Starship's massive super heavy booster needed to propel the vehicle into space has 33 Raptor engines at its base, all of which are meant to fire simultaneously. At liftoff, the force of igniting so many Raptor engines at once proved to be quite damaging to the launch pad, as SpaceX learned. During the first test flight of Starship, though only 30 Raptor engines were initially ignited, they still caused what SpaceX's CEO Elon Musk called a rock tornado underneath the launch pad. The launch sent chunks of concrete and debris thousands of feet into the air, damaging the pad and littering the nearby landscape. To prevent another explosive event, SpaceX's engineers have been installing steel plates underneath the Starship's launch pad meant to deflect the immense heat and forces caused by the Raptor engines. Sunday's test marked the first time that SpaceX attempted to test the Deluge system. And that's all for today's episode. We hope you enjoyed it and learned. Please subscribe and don't forget to like today's video. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. By the way, are you familiar TalkTalk Philippines app? TalkTalk is a delivery service app designed to connect more people by delivering items door to door. For more information, Download the TalkTalk app, here down below.